Hey guys, this is Edwin from The Recording Connection. We're gonna go over mixing pianos, Rhodes, and synths. Those are the way I see it is that's like the side dish to your meal, right? That's the part that makes it tasty. That's not going to be your main focus. It's not going to take the part of the drums. It's not going to take the role of the bass. It's going to take that middle section, that not only the chordal textures, but also it's going to give you that bed, right? Now let me tell you, let me first show you actually what sounds we have, right? So we have a piano. Perfect. And the reason I chose this one as well is because it doesn't have what I call the wow factor. And I want to show you guys what I'm going to do to work with that, right? Because we're not always going to get the perfect sounds. We're not always going to get those incredible textures because we're going to have to create it on our own, right? Here's the Rhodes. So now what I hear is that both the Rhodes and the piano are going to have the same frequency spectrum. So that's something I'm going to actually be thinking about. That's something I'm going to have to change, because check this out. Right? They're both in that muddy area. And third, this synth. Now this synth, you're talking about like the 3K aspect where you want to have it, right, with that snare, right? So that's what we're gonna do. So right away, and keep in mind when something comes to your mind and you're listening to this, just do it right away. Another thing is panning as well. Panning is gonna make a lot of difference, I should say. It's gonna make that difference in how everything sounds. Let me show you what I mean. Let's say I've actually panned the piano to the center, or even the Rhodes to the left. Maybe let's do that better. Rhodes to the left, piano on the right. Let's see how that sounds. I don't hear a difference, right? So we actually do it again. Feel it a bit more, I feel it wide, and keep in mind I haven't added any EQ, any compression, so the fact that I could actually hear some type of clarity is a win-win in my books. Maybe if I actually hard pan. Beautiful, this is beautiful. Now what is our point of reference? Where do we want to go from here? What do we want to feature? For me, it's the Rhodes. So I'm gonna make sure I put everything to the side and make the Rhodes kind of be that bed. So what that means is that actually I'm gonna change the panning. I'm actually gonna change the synth panning to the left, have the piano on the right. There's no reason for it, just because I literally just thought about that. And that's the beautiful thing about this. You can be creative. You could see what happens, you know? Perfect. Now I'll just thin out the piano a little bit. Put a low pass filter there. When I'm doing these things, don't put them in. I don't put them in solo. When it comes to mixing and seeing what textures are going to come in, don't put it in solo. It just doesn't make sense because you don't know how it's reacting with the other sounds. That's where I want it. Okay. Perfect. Before. After. Perfect. The next one is the synth. So the synth, same thing. I'm gonna EQ it to the point that I want to clear the lane. So another cool thing that you could do is, instead of opening the same plugin, if you're going to use the same plugin, just copy the settings and then change them from there. Maybe if I put a low pass filter. And if you don't like it the way I don't like it right now, you start all over. That's the beautiful thing about being in the digital age, is you could really hone in on the different things, and if you don't like it, you know, as long as you have your sessions saved, that's great. There's a high part in the synth that I'm not a fan of, so I'm gonna eliminate it. And the reason being is because I just rather it be with the bed of the Rhodes instead of being it with the piano. Then we could even add a delay to this piano as well. But easy. I don't want to get into all the plugins. I want to more go over mixing this, making sure it's a well-balanced track, right? Now, if you're like, I don't know the difference, I don't hear the difference, maybe before, after, right? We're adding space to this. We're adding space to the spectrums. Remember, we have our spectrum is 20 hertz to 20K. That's all we have to work with. So make sure you save as much space as possible. So guys, that is how to mix piano, Rhodes, and a synth.